you here this morning.
Thank you, Bree. It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, and as we start, let's just throw out a couple of names here. Let's talk about Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, the Smurfs. I mean, everyone recognizes those wonderful cartoons and pictures.
We all lived with those characters for the last 50 years.
And what's so great is they were some of my favorite, but then now I find my children watching those same wonderful classics. It's just kind of one of those, they're just timeless, all those that we mentioned even
Well, that's
today.
the way cartoons are. They go from generation to generation. If they're good at the beginning, they're good in the middle, and they'll be good at the end.
Right, and it's amazing because 3 generations really have witnessed your work and been able to enjoy some of the things that you've done. So it's really been great. When did you first get started?
Well, I got started in the late 50s after I came out of art school in Australia. For the first time it was possible to earn a living as an animator because television had just arrived in Australia, and there was a demand for television commercials. So shortly after learning how to make cartoon films, along comes American companies looking for production help. And I found myself directing the Beatles television cartoon show, which had a rating of 67 shares.
Right, we have a photo there of that. A lot of people will recognize that and remember watching those as well. And the Yellow Submarine, that's another one that was great that a lot of people will recognize.
That was after I came to the United States, yes.
Right. And of course the Flintstones, I mean, just a wonderful classic there. Those reruns can still be found even today.
Fred. Who doesn't love Fred Flintstone?
That's right. Well, we're so glad to have you. Even as a young child, though, did you know you had just, when did you realize you had a gift
6
for
years
art?
old when I learned that Tom and Jerry were just drawings. They were just drawings. You mean I can do drawings that can come alive?
Right.
That was like an incredible thing to me. It was like an epiphany for a small child. And I carried that passion with me all through my childhood.
Right.
Rejected the idea of being a fireman or anything exciting and interesting. I didn't want to build bridges. I just wanted to make silly little cartoons.
So you started that just on your own kind of doodling, and then you mentioned you did go on, though, and get art lessons and go to art school.
I went to art school and college, you know.
And perfected that
gift. Learned to draw, you know, as you might see here. I can draw, even if they're just little cartoons.
Well, and as we look at this, and I hope we can get a clip, this is just amazing, the details in this artwork. And so fast forward all these years, you know, now, as you were looking at maybe possibly retiring or slowing down, I should say, just a little bit.
Oh, very much so, yes.
You came up with the idea, though, of having these art shows and letting people really get a close-up view of some of your work, like the painting that is right here behind me.
It was also a little selfishness on my part. I was actually getting to meet the audience for the first time instead of just numbers on a sheet of paper, and it's been amazing to me the affection that people have for all of the cartoon characters that we were making all those years.
Right, and this painting that is behind me is just one example that you're going to see because you're in Chattanooga, you're in town for a short time. We've got you here, and you're going to be having an art show that's free to the public, but of course you can purchase this. And we were talking about this. Would be great in a media room, a playroom. You said you've done stuff for nurseries, pediatricians' offices, right? But these are so colorful. And this is just one example of all the many things that you're going to be able to see at the art show.
Right. It's not exactly art, so I call it cartoon pop art.
Right. Pop art. I love that. Okay, so you've got this free going on to the public. We said that we're going to get the date. We're going to find out exactly where it is. We're going to pop all that information because we want people to actually be able to come and get this close view, because I don't even know if this does it justice. I want them to be able to get up and look there at the details. It is actually at the Clemmings building on Chestnut Street. It's taking place today and tomorrow from 5 to 9 p.m. You do not want to miss this wonderful opportunity to come and view this amazing artwork. You can definitely stop by, as I mentioned, today or tomorrow for this wonderful show. And we still have a lot more of Let's Chat straight ahead.